Hey, good morning, y'all. Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great holiday weekend here. But we are back to the grind. It is Monday, a fresh week, and we've got us a complete week here once again. So as always, just gonna start here with the economic calendar real quick. Only got a couple minutes here because I'm gonna make this real quick. Pump through some names real quick. But jumping over here to the economic calendar, not much today, just some new home sales. Should get a little bit of economic data there in kind of close to the beginning of the session. Tomorrow we got a couple Fed speakers, quite a few Fed speakers here actually. And then going into Wednesday, we have GDP before the bell. Should be interesting here. And then we also have another Fed speaker and then the beige book here from the Fed at 2 p.m. during the session. So Wednesday going to be a pretty interesting day as well here. And then Thursday, we have PCE. So we've definitely got a pretty stacked week here for us after this holiday weekend. Oh, and then Friday, we've got our man here, Uncle Powell, speaking at about 11 a.m. here Eastern Time. And it seems we have him again here later into the afternoon. So we definitely got a pretty stacked week here. You know, we'll see how this plays out this week. But let's see. Alright, we'll just jump through some names here real quick. We got about 10 minutes to the bell, so I'm not going to spend too much time here on any single name, but we'll see what's up here. Alright, ES, we got a couple lower time frame squeezes here. Sitting here above this 45.50, you know, we talked about this range here, about 4,500 down to 44.50. Was a pretty big range for us, but we definitely got through all of this here, and we're trying to crack here through some kind of recent highs right here from the summer. This is a weekly chart right here, and we're trying to crack through these peaks here. You know, we have a couple highs here left, but definitely will be interesting to see if we get through this 45.60-ish right here. Right, already a little bit of a tap through here last week, but it's starting to reject here and coming back down here to this 45.60 and below. So got to be really careful here in this 45.60 to 45.80 range. And again, just got to keep referring to that weekly chart, because here on these daily charts we are definitely getting to the point of being overextended, right? Slowly grinding our way higher here in this third Kellner channel here on this daily. But again, you know, referring to that weekly could still have a little more upside here. But again, we're at a tough level here at this 45.60. And here above this 4,600 is going to be tough as well. Throw some spaghetti at it real quick. Nothing too wild. We got this point of control down here at 45.20. Let me just double check here. 45.22. So yeah, not bad. Definitely got to be careful here, right? Don't want to be the first one to short this, but the upside is getting tougher with each day. But again, just keep playing the trend, right? Keep playing upside until it doesn't work. Maybe keep that position size smaller here now as we are slow grinding at the top. But don't want to fight the trend here either, right? NQ, of course, with a similar look here. Not going to spend too much time on this, right? Again, NQ, though, one of the ones that we did already get through those recent highs, right? And we even cracked through this one here a bit late last week. So let's see, you know, again, at these highs, let's see if we ultimately reject them or if we can go higher here. We've also got this weekly squeeze top giving us some resistance up here. And again, YM looking at a similar situation, right? A little bit more similar to ES here. Still getting through this more recent peak here, right? And then we still have one more to go before we can really crack through all these highs. But again, could be hard to get through this level right here, this 35,300-ish. So again, keeping an eye on a couple of these key levels here. Ultimately, if we reject here, could have a nice little trip back down and have us a little reversion to the mean here. Not too far off from this 34,000 as well, key psych level, if we get back to that mean. We've got point of control down here at 35,000 as well. A nice little target here for YM right down to that 35,000 if we do start to get a pullback here this week. And again, I'm going to keep referring to this weekly chart here, especially on these Keltners, right? If I switch over here to a daily, very tough here for Apple, for example, on a daily. Should have us more of a pullback here to kind of reset the slate, right? Sorry. But referring back to this weekly, right, we still a little bit of upside here for Apple to get on after. And again, cracking through this trend line here from the highs, right? So let's see if Apple can hang on and keep going higher, but we are getting a little bit of a pullback here in the last couple of days. Again, the market itself just at a really tough spot at those highs. Let's see if we keep getting this rejection, and maybe we get a little clean slate here going into a Christmas rally, right? Into our very typical Santa rally. AMD, pretty much the same setup here as Apple. Finally cracking out of so much consolidation, right? And going higher here on a weekly. Again, still a little room here on a weekly to the upside. But just keeping an eye on this daily, right? This daily a little bit tough, but continuing to grind higher. Right, so again, I don't want to be the first one to short this. So just keep playing here to the upside until it doesn't work, right? But just keep in mind that that upside is going to continue to probably be limited. Right, but that doesn't mean the downside is going to work here first thing this morning. So don't be the first one in here to fight the trend. Amazon, I actually don't mind here to keep going higher, right? We're not too far off from this 150. We do have a big old weekly squeeze above us trying to hold us down. But again, we did have that pullback here in the last week or two, and then even a second little pullback here to get close to this mean again. Right, so Amazon here, I don't really mind to the upside. But again, just still tough here above the mean. Would really like a full test of the mean. But again, looking better than some other names here for upside. And again, at some really tough levels here on Amazon on this weekly chart. Right, if we can really stay above this 146-ish and make a run after 150, this thing could just keep running. Google's another one here I like both ways as well, especially here on this daily Ichimoku cloud. Right, could find itself some support here off this daily Ichimoku cloud to then go higher. And we've already had a nice reversion to the mean, and through it some, reclaiming here that mean and trying to go higher. Let's see if we can take Google here to 140. And again, I know looking a little bit like downside here this morning, but if we can get a nice little bounce here at this daily Ichimoku cloud, could reset here and go higher. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on Google here. Meta looking similar here to like Amazon, a couple other bigger tech names, right? Already cracking up through these weekly highs. Meta could just keep running here, but again, it needs to hold some key levels to go higher. We're just checking that daily, right? Still looking a little tough here on the daily. Got a little room to the upside, but again, going to depend on the whole market here. Microsoft, one that I think still needs to chill here. Been on a crazy run up from about September here. Just needs a little time to chill. Can it go higher? Of course, but even here on that weekly, right, getting up to the top of this third Kellner channel, gonna just leave that one alone. Netflix, another one, same situation, right? Up in this third Kellner channel on a weekly, right? Let me jump over here to this daily. Cranking above these Kellners on the daily. Just a little too much upside here for Netflix, for my personal taste. So gonna leave that alone here for a little bit. NVIDIA here making a move back down to the mean. Really like to see this here. A name that's been really just cranking since this 400, right? So don't mind the pullback on NVIDIA. Would love a full test of the mean. NVIDIA might be a good one here for a short to continue that journey here down to maybe 470, maybe through 470, but at least down to this mean. We're almost there, so not really a heavy ask. Maybe a little retest of this daily Ichimoku cloud. Oof, gets us to about 450. I like that. Qs and SPYs we already went over here with ES and NQ, so I'm going to skip over those for now. And Tesla here, another one that I don't mind here, both directions, right? We're kind of just holding at some major moving averages. We did get some news from Elon that Cybertrucks are finally on the move. Let's see if Tesla maybe gets a nice little pump and we can crack up through this daily Ichimoku cloud. I like that. So we got some good setups here. I'm going to set up here my what I'm going to watch. See, I'm going to throw Google in there. I think I'm going to throw, I liked Tesla too. I'm going to throw Tesla down here. I liked Amazon. A couple names here that aren't too bad. But as always, just going to take my time here this morning, especially after a holiday weekend. I'm going to be extremely patient here going into the open. And just going to let this market settle before we get too crazy here. Got some puts here at Beast on Google. Let me check out Tesla here. Got about 30 seconds here, y'all. 30 seconds here. Tesla sitting here at about 237. Let's check out this 230. Maybe this like 245. It's got some good volume on it. And alright, ding, ding, ding. I'll turn my volume down to not blast you guys. Alright. And we're moving. Let's see, let's see. Getting a pump here out the gate. Wow, YM with a big pump here. YM right up to some squeeze tops here. A 1 hour and a 2 hour squeeze top. Also cracking through that high from yesterday. YM looking pretty good here. NQ and ES coming off of these lows from Friday. ES really just kind of cracking through it now. And NQ with a nice bounce this morning here off of that low from Friday as well. And of course Friday, a pretty chill day here on the market, a little half day here on a holiday. So we got a tight little range, so not surprised here to see something like YM going the full range almost this morning. And NQ already pumping up damn near that high from Friday, but getting up to that open level from Friday here on NQ. And let's see, we've got Tick open here now. A solid negative open here for Tick. at about negative 800 or so. As always, looking for that initial test of 0 here on tick and what that interaction looks like. Dig into ADD here. And ADD as well with a decent little negative open here, near negative 1,000. And we've got VIX open here right at 13. Okay. Not too crazy here for VIX. So again, just going to be really patient here this morning, y'all. We're in a tough spot here for the market still. Really just want to see some clear direction here from these indices, from these individual names. See what levels they respect this morning. And see what might provide some good entries here, maybe for the rest of the week. Pulling all the way back here across the board, at least not seeing too intense of rotation here. See what some of these contracts I picked here are doing. Tesla dropping here immediately. Google with a nice pump here. Zoom in on some of these contracts. Yeah, and this 137 call here on Google going from about $1 straight up to our destination sell zone to that open level from Friday and rejecting. Tesla puts working here so far down to a 30-minute squeeze bottom and point of control here on Tesla. Also Friday's open. See what these calls look like. But again, even within tech right here, seeing a little bit of rotation. It's going to pull back a little bit harder here. ES and NQ, YM trying to hold up, but did obviously reject that initial pump. Let's see, we've got tick trying to bounce up here. ADD after a little drop trying to flatline and reverse as well. But let's see, I want to see if NQ can hold here this low from yesterday. Immediately cracking under it here. But let's see if she can bounce and hold. VIX starting to pop here above 13. Right, a little upside in VIX typically gives us downside in the market. Pulling back a little bit more here now. NQ low of day, ES low of day. YM pushing low of day as well, but ES and NQ here starting to crack through some of these lows here from pre-market. Starting to drop a little bit more here. Tesla continuing to drop. Google trying to hold up. Let's jump through some of our other names here real quick. From the top here, let's see. Apple, a pop and a drop, not really going anywhere here. So we're not ready for a move just yet. Let's see if we just continue to see some chop here this morning. AMD with a nice little pop. Amazon pop and a drop, not really going anywhere. Google still looking kind of decent here for some upside. Oh, Meta as well. Little crack through that pre-market high right there. Okay. Microsoft not really going anywhere. Netflix, oof. Netflix definitely stretching out here first thing this morning, but not really going anywhere either. NVDA not really going anywhere, and a little rotation there even within chips, right? AMD looking a little bit stronger here to the upside than NVIDIA. And Tesla popping back up here now, but also stretching out here pretty decent on Tesla, but not really going anywhere. And again, not surprised to see this price action here. You know, as soon as we get back from a holiday weekend, right? Tough spot in the market here across the board, pretty much for all names and indices as well. Kind of just gotta let the dust settle here. Starting to see a little bit more of rotation here. NQ popping back up. YM starting to lag here a little bit. Dropping some. Nice pop up here for NQ. A decent head fake below here though, right? A nice crack under that low from Friday, but recovered and came right back up. And VIX here starting to drop back below 13. And this is definitely why I always recommend not taking trades right at the open, right? Especially if you're a newer trader. You know, this is definitely hard to read. This is a tough trading environment, right? They give you a head fake one direction, they rip it all the way back, give a head fake over there, and then come all the way back again. You know, very typical here. Very typical first thing in the morning as well, right at the open. We got plenty of session left here, so we're just gonna take our time. And I just want to keep pulling some information here, right? You know, especially from our internals. Tick has yet to test zero, right? Or has not even given a reach here to positive. So tick overall still giving us a downside look. ADD as well, dropping, flatlining, and then dropping again, giving us a downside look, right? Downside on ADD typically gives us downside in the market. But then we have VIX dropping over here, right? VIX is the inverse. VIX giving us downside typically gives us upside in the market. So we have some things pulling at each other here, right? The dollar is the same way as VIX. dollar pumping to the upside, right, should give us some downside here in the market. So again, we have a couple of internals here pointing towards downside. We have VIX here pointing towards upside, making it a little tough here, right? That means we got a lot of rotation happening. Got some things pulling at each other here, giving us kind of a tough trading environment, right? These moves are not super clear. And again, we're seeing NQ bouncing back up here and YM dropping here a little bit more. ES ultimately not going anywhere as it depends on both of these for its moves. Google still up in this initial pop and trying to hold on. Tesla still down here in this initial drop and just trying to hang on. Gonna keep taking a look around the board here. Amazon was another one I liked. Ooh, a nice little drop right to our open range buy zone. Little peak below, but came right back up to our open range sell zone. Nice little move for Amazon here. Again, some really quick scalps, tough to catch. But getting some little trades here and there. See how our baby Apple is doing. Just trying to hold our open range buy zone right here. Again, not really going anywhere. AMD still holding up the pump, baby. Oh, and going a little bit higher here. Let's see if AMD can stay above this high from Friday, right? Nice little test at it perfectly so far. See if she can hold on. And I know we were screaming NVIDIA here in the group as well. Take another quick look here at AMD, pulling back a little bit under that high from Friday. So again, just not really looking like we're going anywhere here just yet. Get back to Tesla here. Tesla continuing to drop. Oh, but getting to this low from Friday could be a good spot for a bounce. Let's see. Ooh, but something like this 245 call dropping under our open range buy zone. Don't love that. But let's see, could be a good spot for a reversal for Tesla if this 245 call can come back up and hold this open range buy zone. Tesla can hold this low from yesterday. Could be a good bounce here from both of these, right? And then this put rejects here at that previous day's open, right? So liking this little trade right here, but would require all of these things to hit and to reverse here at these levels. But again, would be a knife catch here for Tesla, having some decent downside for right now. Don't know if I want to get in the way of that just yet. Only been about 16 minutes here. Oh, getting a little pop from Tick here. Tick coming up and reaching for 0. As ADD is trying to bounce here at this open range buy zone. So let's see if we get a little bounce here for the market. Tick with a little crack through 0 here. Little reach positive, up to about positive 100 now. And VIX still trying to go lower. So let's see if we get some upside here. Dollar rolling over as well. Getting a little bit more of an agreement here between our internals. But again, still getting some slight rotation here, right? NQ trying to hold up. YM still giving a little bit of a downside look. NES just not going anywhere. But we have us a good reach here so far from Tick, pushing high of day here up into the positive area. Getting up here near positive 200, at positive 200. Nice bounce here for ADD as well. Right at our open range buy zone. But YM going a little bit lower here, right? Still don't love this as a whole. And Q pulling back here a little bit. Some messy price action out here. No need to jump into anything just yet. Hey, but a nice little move for Tesla here off that low from yesterday, right? Got exactly what we asked for here. Little pop back up into this open range buy zone, even cracking through it. Holding this low from Friday, nice bounce up. And rejecting this open level on this put here from Friday. Right, all three of these things working together here. Tick remaining positive here at least after this crack through zero. But everything's still kind of giving a little bit of a downside look, so won't be surprised to see Tick come right back to negative. Let's see. But definitely some slow price action here. Definitely getting some lower volume here pretty quickly this morning, right? As we can see here with my party lines on my indices. Usually like to see at least 3 of these 5-minute volume bars crack through my party level. So we keep getting some good volume here, but just kind of fading here out the gate. And continuing to fade. Dollar starting to pop here a little bit again. ADD starting to flatten out here before getting back to this open level, but still trying to pop here a little bit. But again, I hope everyone is staying safe out here, right? Let's be smart here, be patient. Haven't really gone anywhere. Keep getting a little bit of a downside look, but we keep being met with little pops, right? Volume is low here this morning. Not an ideal trading environment. Especially for us here, who we trade very short-term expirations. Kind of tough, kind of tough. Oh, this Tesla call though, working here so far. $1.44 up to about $2 here. And there we go, tick right back to negative. Hard drop down here near this negative 500. YM with a little low of day tap. But again, we just keep being met with little bounces here. Come back and take a little look here at our main names. Apple coming down to this daily 8 in a 4-hour squeeze bottom. Okay, I like Apple here at this 4-hour squeeze bottom. Not too far off from this 190, but getting down to this 189. Got this daily 8 exponential moving average here. Not a bad spot for a bounce. But again, gonna require the market here, you know, especially as we do reach these levels of being overextended, right? Let's check this weekly. Still a little bit more room on this weekly, of course, up near this 200. So again, could bounce here, but definitely a tough trade here either direction. AMD coming all the way back. And again, just not surprised to see this. You know, we see some rotation, money goes in, money goes out, maybe comes back in. But we don't really go anywhere. Oh, Amazon. We talked about this before the bell, right? Amazon came back. Had a nice little dip already here in the last couple of days. Didn't quite retest the mean, but has at least had those pullbacks, kind of giving her a little bit more room here to run to the upside. Looking good here on Amazon. Google again, I like Google here holding this daily Ichimoku cloud at about this 136.5. Definitely like Google here above 135, but definitely above this 136.5, which is this daily Ichimoku top. We got a 4-hour squeeze popping up here on Google as well, giving us a nice little target here to the upside at about 139. Meta with a similar look here, holding this daily 8. Got a couple tech names here holding onto this daily 8 exponential moving average. Microsoft still not really going anywhere. Netflix still not going anywhere. Vidi. I like NVDA here near the mean. We just need some clear direction here from this baby. Has been a good drop here so far. Still not yet fully tested this mean, so I do like the short here. to go into this daily mean. Before we move down to this daily 50 at about 450 here, it would be nice. Gets us down near this daily Ichimoku top as well. Oof, I like this. If we keep pulling back here as a whole. Let's jump over to Tesla. Tesla with that little bounce, holding up here, right? Still trying to hold this zone here that we've been consolidating at. Above this 230-ish. And again, right a nice weak spot here in the daily Ichimoku cloud. Maybe we can crack through it here real quick if we get some bullish moves here on Tesla soon. But again, still just chopping here, low volume. And it looks like we might still be on holiday out here, huh? Got some low volume here across the board. Again, on higher volume days, especially in the morning, right? We'll get 1, 2, sometimes 3, 4, 5 of these bars here going well through my party line. And again, just kind of weak here this morning. But as always, this game is more psychology than it is anything, right? We had a long weekend, kind of a boring day Friday. Market was closed Thursday, a short week last week. Plenty of retail traders feeling good after a couple days off, maybe refreshed after being with our families and such. You show up on a Monday morning ready to sling some trades, and this is what they give you, right? But regardless, big money is making big money in this chop. Because retail traders do show up ready to put on some trades and are just not patient, right? Just not patient. But hey, starting to get a little bit of a pop here. Let's go. Led by NQ. Nice pop here for tech. See if it's short-lived here. And again, still some rotation here, right? NQ popping, YM just kind of chilling here. And ES back up to this low from Friday. Tesla looking pretty tapped out here to the upside on this bounce. What are we popping here? What are we popping? Tech popped, but I ain't seeing it. Apple with a decent pop. Okay. AMD, not much. Amazon, maybe. Hey, Amazon. Nice. Up to 149 here on Amazon. Not bad. Not bad. Check on some of these other big boys here. Microsoft, a nice pop here from Microsoft as well on that little pop from NQ. Again, up to that high from Friday. And our open range sell zone there in that red. Netflix, a decent little pop as well here in these last few minutes. Right up to that high from Friday, our open range sell zone, a couple squeeze tops here. Netflix in a tight little range here, right around our open range zone. And NVIDIA, nice pop, damn near high of day here. Okay. But again, you know, getting a nice pop here met with quite a few little rejections, coming back down, and still low volume here, right? So keeping these expectations in check. Don't think we're going to just run away here to the upside just yet. Market kind of giving us that nod, right? That she is not ready yet. A lot of individual names here, just not ready yet. Let's see if they start charging up a move here. VIX continuing to drop here. Should give us that upside in the market. Tick with a little high of day print. And ADD crawling a little bit higher here. Let's see, right? If we can just get this dollar to really drop here, could have us a little upside move on our hands. Want to see if ES can really get through this low from Friday and turn it into support here if we are going to go higher. NQ getting right up to our open range sell zone here. Oh, I am starting to pop a little bit more here. Little volume spike as well here on this previous candle. And again, just being met with little rejections here, not really going anywhere. Tesla, nice little rollover here, starting to put in a little bit of an H. But again, with this low volume here this morning, wouldn't be surprised to see if we get these initial moves, right, out of these individual names, and then just some chop here to go sideways for a bit, maybe into the afternoon. ADD pumping a little bit higher here. ADD getting up to our open range sell zone now. Again, could be a spot here for a reversal on ADD. NQ as well, up into our open range sell zone. Again, a spot for a possible reversal. ES between this low from Friday and that open from Friday. Again, a little zone here that we could reverse at. See what SPX is looking like here this morning. Getting up to this open level here on SPX. See what see what these contracts look like. Oh, that's a couple of puts lighting up here. See what this 45.40 looks like here. Oh, this 45.40 here right at Beast. I think I'm gonna give this little 45.40 here a shot. Let's see what this pop looks like here first though. ES up to this open level from Friday and up to our open range buy zone. Again, it is our open range buy zone, but that doesn't mean it won't be a level of resistance here, right? So even though it's called our open range buy zone, once we test it from below, it is resistance until we get through it. Nice pop up here though, nice pop up. Oh, let's see if we crack through this baby. Hey, making some moves now. But again, YM still lagging here, right? We're still seeing some rotation here within the market. Still some low volume here. And just looking here at like Google and Tesla, not really popping here with the rest of these names. So let's see what is popping here. NVDA popping a little bit, nothing that crazy. Meta with a decent pop here in these last 5 minutes. Microsoft, nothing that wild either. What's popping here for NQ? Not sure. Apple's a big one, I suppose. Apple and Microsoft. Starting to pull back a little bit up here from this pop. But ADD still cranking higher here. A little peak above our open range sell zone. Starting to see a little volume come back into the market here as well. But pulling all the way back here. And yes, coming back down to retest this low from Friday. Let's start to see if we start to climb our way up through these levels and start turning them into support. And a decent little pop here right at that low from yesterday. Let's see, we did get up to a 30-minute squeeze top here, close to this open level on ES. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on ADD here, as it is up at our open range sell zone. Little peek through it, but let's start to see if ADD works its way back below it and puts in a leg to the downside. Wouldn't be surprised to see some rotation back here and Q and ES start to drop while YM starts to slowly pop. I like this 4540 put on SPX here in our B zone, near buck as well. I like that. We do start to roll over from here. And so to that, right here on ADD, just got a very flat, flat looking 5-minute candle. So let's see if we ultimately can't go higher here and start to roll over on ADD. YM with a little pop though, trying to pop up here. Tick peaking negative here again. And VIX looking like she's trying to hold. Possibly trying to pop here on VIX. Again, could possibly roll over here, but maybe we just put in a little flag and continue to slow grind higher. and dropping a little bit more here. Cracking back under that low from Friday. And coming all the way back here, down to VWAP. Getting close to it here on ES. But again, keeping an eye on ADD here, continuing to be flat right above our open range buy zone. Getting a decent pullback before ADD even pulls back here. Alright, so still don't really love that, right? Still making it kind of tough to trade out here. Would like to see these kind of moving together a little bit more. Getting a tiny bit of a peak to the downside here on ADD, but for this decent leg down here on our major indices, would like to see ADD put in a little more work here. But Tick kind of lining up a little bit better. Good move down here on Tick. VIX with a little pop up here. I'd like to see that as well. But just continuing to be kind of a snooze of a morning here. Again, you know, we had a little volume spike here a couple minutes ago, but starting to fade here once again. See what these calls look like here on SPX. Oh, I like this call here, about $1.50, sitting right at our open range buy zone and our B zone. Got some good looking contracts here on both sides. So again, it's kind of making it tough here to make a clear decision. Starting to crack under VWAP here just a bit though. Well, I am starting to really pull back here under VWAP. We got NQ trying to hold its open level as well as this 5-minute 21. Could be a good level of support here, especially right near this 16,000. We got VWAP pulling up here as well. Could be a nice tight little zone that NQ finds support at right here. Oof, I'm getting a decent little push down here. YM coming down to this low of day, right at it here on YM. ES looking a little bit more to the downside, NQ as well, dropping down to VWAP here. But being met with little bounces here across the board just to kind of keep us in this consolidation. And a nice little pop back up to keep us in this little range. Bringing this put back. Oh, got up to 275 here from like a buck or so. Let's see if we get another little shot here on this put. Wouldn't mind it at all right here. See if we can go a little bit lower than this. Come on, baby. We're getting a lot of chop here this morning. Can't really say I love anything I've seen so far. But alright, y'all, I think I'm gonna wrap up my my session here with you guys. Kind of a slow morning here. My throat's kind of driving me crazy as well. Hopefully not gonna get sick here after the holidays, but we'll see. But keep in mind, y'all, this week to keep checking that economic calendar every day. Right, remind yourself of what we got coming up. Got a couple things coming up here this week. Got that GDP, got that beige book. We got Powell speaking this week. So some things to keep in mind as we go into the week here. As always, you know, if you are new to us here at Predicted Trades, you can join our Discord for free here via the link in this video. And every Thursday, we do a free day where you can try our proprietary Beast tool here for free directly on your charts. And that would be this tool right here that gives us this open range buy zone, gives us our B zone, pretty much all the levels here on this option chart. And this week we're actually doing a free week the entire week, so definitely would recommend checking us out here early in the week and trying out our tool here this entire week. But alright, y'all, hope everyone stays safe out here this morning. Stay out of this chop, right? Stay safe, please. Plenty of sessions still left to trade. So be picky here, right? Be picky. We'll see. Alright? Alright, y'all. Much love. And I will catch you guys later this week. See ya.